National Development Secretary. We will hear from them after Thought for the Day, because it is time now for that at 13 minutes to 8. And the speaker this morning is the Bishop of Manchester, the Right Reverend David Walker. Good morning to you, David.
Good morning, Nick. Viewed from the comfort of our kitchens and living rooms, global conflict can all too readily resemble a twisted form of spectator sport. Commentators describe the flow of action, their remarks interspersed by expert analysts who seek to clarify exactly what has happened, whilst offering opinions as to what might next ensue. As news about the Israeli and American attacks on Iran began to break on Saturday morning, I found myself drawn into speculation about possible military and political outcomes. Who might win? Who would lose? How far would the UK be drawn into the conflict? It being a Saturday in Lent, later that morning I joined my wife in her church for a seasonal practice known as Stations of the Cross. Helen, the priest leading our devotions, invited us to reflect on each of 14 traditional images. These mark successive moments in Jesus' journey, from when he's condemned to death to the laying of his body in the tomb. We were not spared the pain and horror of Christ's crucifixion. The reflections jolted me out of spectator mode, reminding me that, whatever the political outcomes of events in and around Iran may be, the cost in human suffering, in lives destroyed, in minds and bodies left permanently maimed, will be immense. My thoughts turn to the many Iranian Christians I've come to know and admire, and who are active members of my churches here in Manchester. Some of them have been openly celebrating the death of the leader of a regime that has brutally ruled their homeland for almost half a century. But many have family members and friends still in Iran, whose lives are now at heightened risk. I thought too of the Jewish community who live in the streets surrounding my home in Salford. Alongside their heightened fears for loved ones in Israel, they know all too well, in the aftermath of the recent terrorist attack on Heaton Park Synagogue, that actions of the Israeli government can expose them to reprisals here at home. The Stations of the Cross remind me that even as Jesus journeys literally to hell and back, there are moments of comfort and consolation, where humanity breaks through the horror. Simon of Cyrene carry Christ's cross. Veronica takes up a cloth to wipe blood and sweat from his face. Both saw something more than the political machinations that were manoeuvring Jesus to his death. They focus rather on the human being caught in the centre of the suffering. As events continue to unfold across our screens and airwaves, we can't avoid politics. We can perhaps follow their example, refuse to be mere spectators, and keep the need for human compassion in response to human suffering at the forefront of our thoughts.
That was Thought for the Day with the Bishop of Manchester, the Right Reverend David Walker. The time now is 10 to 8.